Access Hollywood is highlighting some of Hollywood's biggest names you may not have realized are related. From Al Roker and Lenny Kravitz to Austin Butler and Ashley Tisdale, we're breaking down everything you need to know. Emma Roberts has a cool mentor in her family, Julia Roberts. The Pretty Woman star is Emma's aunt. They may use different last names in Hollywood, but Jonah Hill and Beanie Feldstein are actually brother and sister. Back in 2019, the Booksmart alum was on Late Night with Seth Meyers and revealed how Jonah pranked her as a kid.
So from a very young age, I was like obsessed with being smart. And when I was 3, I'm the youngest, so I really wanted to like do everything that everyone else could do. So I wanted to prove that I could read and write at like an advanced level. Mind you, I was 3, like I couldn't really do anything. I could maybe point to a B or an A. But I begged my brother to write down Willie.
Is your brother Jonah Hill?
My brother Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
I begged him. Woo! I begged him to write down Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on a piece of paper for me because that sounded very astute to me. I was like, that is a big word and a lot of them in a row.
Yeah.
So I begged him, and he was like 13 at the time, so he was like, oh, fine. So he writes it down, and I go into my mom and dad's room, and I'm like, Mom, look what I wrote. And she was like, Jonah! And I was like, no, I wrote it. She's like, you did not write this. And I run up to Jonah. I'm like, what did you write? He was like, I wrote F you.
Lily Allen is the older sister of Game of Thrones alum Alfie Allen. She even wrote a song about him titled Alfie. This also makes David Harper Alfie's brother-in-law, since Lily married the Stranger Things star in 2020. Lily and Alfie are also related to Sam Smith. The two are Sam Smith's third cousins. There are also plenty of other famous cousins in Hollywood. Ashley Tisdale found out she was related to her close friend Austin Butler last year. Turns out the two are 10th cousins once removed. When Access Hollywood talked to the Elvis star about that discovery, he had this reaction.
Well, she called me. I almost wasn't surprised. It kind of made sense, you know. We've been close for a long time, and I love her a lot. So, yeah, she called me and she said, I just found out we're cousins.
Other stars you may not have known are related, Lenny Kravitz and Al Roker. Turns out the two are third cousins. Gabrielle Union and rapper Saweetie are also cousins. When Access Hollywood spoke to the My Type rapper in 2021, she talked about being related to the Bring It On star.
Did you ever, and I see her, I love what Gabrielle Union does on your post. She's always, commenting, and that's what family does. Do you guys ever talk to each other about the industry, or does she give you any help, or do you give her any help? I know family is tight.
When I see her, drops as many gems as she can. Like I love when she compares this industry I'm currently in to when she broke in, and the difference is just, for one, they had more privacy. So I sometimes I feel like I was born in a different time period because I love my privacy, and I wish I could have lived back then when people actually respected people's space.
But yeah, it's cool to see the differences, and she's still like, you both are there, and I love that. The support that you both show for each other. It's beautiful.
Brandy's family has 2 famous rappers. The singer is Ray J's sister, and they are first cousins with Snoop Dogg. A DNA test also revealed Cory Booker and RuPaul are cousins. RuPaul had the best reaction when he found out he was related to the senator while on PBS's Find Your Roots.
Oh my goodness.
That is Cory Booker.
Yeah.
You and Cory Booker are DNA cousins. Cory was in the first season of Find Your Roots, and of course is a senator from New Jersey.
Yeah.
You and Cory share a long stretch of identical DNA on your first chromosome.
He looks like my Ken.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
We look, there's a sweetness about him that I've always loved, and an intellect that is undeniable. But every time I've ever seen him, he reminds me of my cousin Eula.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a good reason.
Yeah.
Because you're related.
How about that?
Parks and Recreation alum Rashida Jones is the daughter of music legend Quincy Jones. And Stella McCartney has rock and roll in her blood. The fashion designer is the daughter of Paul McCartney. And although they are not technically related, Antonio Banderas was Dakota Johnston's stepfather when he was married to her mom, Melanie Griffin, from 1996 to 2014. The 50 Shades of Grey star talked about her famous Hollywood upbringing on The Drew Barrymore Show in 2021 and revealed the biggest gifts and struggles her upbringing gave her.
Your mom is always so nice when I see her. And I love your dad, by the way, too. It just makes me realize that we both grew up in this sort of bohemian, unorthodox, spend months, at a time in foreign lands.
Yeah. It's a wild way to grow up. I feel like it made me, I don't know about you, I feel like you kind of are similar in this way, but it makes you like really adaptable, kind of a very malleable person, and you can be anywhere. And I mean, that's why you are amazing on your show, is that you can talk to anybody about anything. You have this ability to kind of open your awareness and your heart and your mind to people, no matter who they are, or where they're from, or what they do. So that's probably like the greatest gift that your upbringing gave you.
Well, thank you for saying that. I think the word adaptable is one of the most underrated words, because it really is, it leads to a much better life for you and everyone around you. Do you think you're adaptable?
I do. Yeah. I think unless you put like some kind of standardized test in front of me, I'm adaptable, but not in that situation. Because I jumped from school to school and I was homeschooled, and I like struggled so much with homework and, all of the things that you're supposed to learn when you're consistently in one place. And I was, living in Spain and Budapest and like Cincinnati, and it was all over the map, but it made me love people and love being places. And no matter where I am, I feel like I'm pretty much good. I'm fine.
And I noticed in the research I was doing that you do work very hard on yourself, and you like therapy, and since a young age you've been self-aware. Can you tell me about that? Because I love that.
I've been so lucky to be surrounded by people who have encouraged me to go deeper into myself. And I want to just be a good person and be as embracive of others as I can. And so I think learning about myself and about even the psychology of people, like even during quarantine, I got really into doing online psychology courses because I never went to college, because I wasn't going to get into college. But I did these amazing courses, and I'll probably be in therapy for the rest of my life. It's like you never finish learning about being a human.
It's true. We have this one beautiful existence that we know of, and we're here to remain students and keep learning and improving. Do you have a GED?
No.
Do you ever want one?
I mean, I did graduate high school, but I'm pretty sure it was like really, truly by the skin of my teeth. Like, I think they were like, just get her out of here. Give her the thing, get her out of here.